Just going to jump straight into it. So ignore the state of me. I've got no eyelashes on, I've got no nothing, I don't even feel like myself at the minute. So I was starting off with like, I'm going to say second, third day hair. But I didn't hair dry it, I'm just leaving it to dry naturally. But I'm just finding it looks really scraggy at the minute. I don't know why, it just feels really dry. I don't know whether it's the sun or what's going on. It just looks really, really dry. So first off, I'm just brushing it all through. And personally for this little look, I prefer to do it from the side, from a side part, and I naturally have a middle part. And I'm not being really clean on my sections here. I'm just sort of obviously keeping the section of the parting clean, but then the braid, I've just sort of, as you can see, it's not exactly a very, very straight parting there. Just parting the hair into 3 sections, and then I'm doing a Dutch braid, so it's under, so it's chunky. So I'm just going to keep taking sections, braid as usual. I know it's quite hard to get the gist of braiding from just watching it, but obviously this is the perfect time now where you can test it out and try it out on yourself. Yeah, I'm just taking it from the front and the back section. I'm taking more from the front, so I'm just doing it under. So I ran out of hair here, so then I just decided to braid down, not taking any hair. Just basically turns into a plait. I stop halfway because I feel like if you braid too far down, it's hard to pull out quite chunky. So I just basically pull as much hair out as you want. I like mine personally quite chunky, not overly done because I wasn't going anywhere or doing nothing, but I don't like it when braids are just really, really skinny and fine. So I just pulled it out and kept it really, really messy at the middle. And just kept pulling out and pulling out and pulling out. And this is why I don't go all the way down. So now I braid a little bit more and then I pull out more. You can always touch this up throughout the whole hairstyle. As you see, I do it at the end as well. So I'm just braiding down, just using a clear elastic because they are the best. I don't cover mine up when I'm doing it on myself. I would if it was a client, I'd wrap a piece of hair around, but on myself I don't see the point. Keep going. So basically I pull and sort of fluff so it just doesn't pull out like a single hair. If you fluff it, so I'm literally just smoothing over that end just for now. I actually was planning on just doing straight hair with this, but my straightness decided to break just before I was filming. No, as I was filming really. So then it's quickly decided to turn to curling. I'm just sectioning off my bottom section, which is where my bottom row of extensions are. So I'd say it was probably about 1.5 inches worth of hair. So I'm using a different method to what I usually do with the GHD soft curl. I usually just use it as like a wand and wrap it round. But as you see today, I'm using it like an actual tong to get more of like a bouncy curl rather than a wanded Hollywood wave type of curl. Just be careful though, because you always burn yourself doing this and it's really hard. So I'm always making sure that my curls are turning away from my face. So just literally wrap around, twist, pull down, wrap around, twist, pull down, roll up. And then I'm just using big chunky sectioning clips because I feel like with normal metal like Kirby grips, they kink your hair a lot more. I wasn't obviously going anywhere pin curling this properly. I just wanted to use chunky sectioning clips. I used about 4 or 5 to use throughout the whole head. So again, just make sure you're curling away from your face. Drop the curl, but make sure it's pinned away from your face, if that makes any type of sense to anyone. I'm meant to be teaching you a tutorial here and I'm just like, yeah, just whatever. So again, on this side, you need to turn the tool the other way, so turn the curl away from the face. So I just dropped the curl a little bit there, so I just wanted to twist it up to the same height. So as you can see, I'm literally just taking the first curl out that I've done to use on the next curl. Sorry if you can hear Freddie just screaming at Mickey Mouse. Standard really. So with this, what I found is you need to make sure when the hair flicks over, it needs to flick under and not over, because you won't be able to get that twist and turn to get all your hair in. It'll just get caught and it'll turn nasty. I even make these mistakes sometimes on myself because I feel like I'm more cack-handed when I do it on myself. In this specific way anyway. What I'm doing, I'm fine now. So every time I'm doing a curl, I'm pinning it and pushing it back behind me so it's not in the way. I'm only literally holding this on because the GHD is so hot. I'm only holding this on for about just under 10 seconds. Taking down your neck section. So then I've got 2 rows of extensions in, so this is my top row of extension. I'm just going to take out the same amount of hair. You can sort of gauge when it's too much hair. Too much hair, it's not going to curl evenly. Too thin, it's going to go really ringlety. So you can gauge it enough on yourself. You'll know when it's too thick. So I'm always brushing out my hair before I do anything. Applying some heat protectant. I do apply a little bit of hairspray, which I don't think you can actually see in this. So I apply the heat protectant, brush it all through, and then I apply the hairspray really, really lightly and comb it all through as well. So this was actually quite a thick piece of hair, so that's why I'm sort of struggling to get it through more, so that's how you know that it's not enough hair. Obviously you can do it like thicker pieces of hair. You just want to get the heat distributed evenly. So I'm just feeling and touching to see how hot it is, and it obviously, because once again, as the GHD is so hot, it's best just to test it, because obviously you don't want to fry your hair. Simple as. And obviously the thinner the section, the more heat can get through, so the less amount of time that you need on it. So I always do this every so often. I just pull all the hair round to the front, just to check if there's any straight bits. The best way to check. Just make sure you get them ends in as well, because if you don't, they'll have like a kink in them and it'll look horrible, being honest. You've got to make sure them ends get in. Also, because it is a tong, it smooths them out as well. I'm noticing at the minute, because I'm not drying my hair, my ends are going quite frizzy, which I know contradicts itself because I'm not using heat, but I needed to use the tong to smooth them ends out. So it basically takes in turn of a straightener. So see, I've got them ends hanging out, tuck them in and then roll back up. Kind of struggled to get a clip out there, didn't I? So as you can see, I twist, pull down, and gradually get it. I don't go all the way down to the bottom and twist up. I don't think this is as effective as doing it this way. So as you're doing it this way, it's changing the cuticle on the hair. So that's what you need to do, is you need to smooth it down and curl it as you're doing it, rather than going all the way down, because them ends are going to fry, because obviously they're clamped into that GHD. Obviously you don't have to use a GHD. You can use any tong similar. This, as I say, this is the soft curl one, so this is the bigger barrel out of the GHD curlers. But I just like this one because I like this one better for wanding. I do quite like it for this as well, but I feel like I should have really blow dried my hair if I knew I was going to do this. As you can see, like my roots are like kinky and stuff like that, but I'm just being realistic. I just wanted to make my hair feel a little bit better. And then straight after this, I put it straight up in a pony, straight up in a bun, and took the braid out. YouTube like. So as you can see, I just work the heat protector in there and then just hairspray over a tiny bit, especially because this is my own natural hair now, which drops significantly faster than my extensions. See how frizzy my ends are, so just tuck them straight in, hold on. I don't actually hold the tong on as long as what I usually do on my extensions, on my natural hair, because it is naturally a little bit thinner. As you can see, there's like a shine on the hair, which is what you've created from the smoothness of the tong. This is what you're going to look like when you've took all your curls out. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a kinky one there because that's my own natural hair, which is always a pain to curl. So I just split this up into two, and because I was brushing it out anyway, I've just basically used the GHDs just to smooth over the mid-length. But I wasn't really bothered about this. I knew it was getting curled into the rest of the hair anyway, so I knew it would sit fine. So I'm just running my fingers through this. You can see my extension there, but obviously once it's all brushed out properly, you don't see that. So I just use my fingers first just to see where the curls are going to fit, because I feel like if you try to brush over and force a curl into a place, it's not going to sit. So then I just go in with a comb. I like my curls really loose and really messy, so just make sure your curls don't fall together. They're alright to do a little bit, but you just don't want them all to be like one big ringlet. And there you go.